Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to down, and it's not all lit up or anything down there, which is just a little bit of lighting. I don't have it all set up for a tour, but we're going to go down and visit the Occult Museum of Ed and Lorraine Warren. So follow me down. And watch your head here, guys. We have to go through the haunted passageway to get there.
There are many things in this building here which have been involved in extremely dangerous occult activities. To touch one of these items would be the opposite of touching something holy, something blessed. Do not go beyond the yellow ropes.
As we go through the passageway here, you can see all the Ed's paintings that he has lining the walls here. These are all depictions of hauntings that he did way back in the early 60s and in the late 60s, early 70s. And I think even the Ocean-born Mary house is here. Come on through here. This is the passageway. This is not the museum yet. So the museum is here, actually. This is the museum right here. Yeah, make sure you don't. Yeah, make sure you don't, because everything, actually, in all honesty, in all seriousness, everything here that you see, or you're going to see, is the opposite of holy. It's the opposite, the unblessed. It's the unholy. This is stuff that's been used in witchcraft rituals, satanic cults, all kinds of diabolical incantations. See here? Those are voodoo dolls, or actually, they're actually fertility dolls from Africa that were sent from, they were stolen from a witch doctor, sent to a Bridgeport police officer years ago. He was going to sell them on a black market. And 2 weeks after he got them, he was paralyzed from the neck down. And he stayed that way for like 2 years until he finally passed away. But real quickly, I know you guys want to see some good stuff. So this is Annabelle here. I'm going to show you Annabelle. This is a famous doll right here, Annabelle doll right here. That's Annabelle. That's now in a glass case. And she's responsible for the death of a young man who came here with his girlfriend. Actually, the long story behind it, but she was owned by 2 nurses. And they used to treat Annabelle like she was a real doll. These 2 young nurses from Hartford. She treated her like she was not a doll, like a person. And one day they said, let's have a seance. Let's have a seance, because strange things did happen with her. Because one day they were at the breakfast nook, treating her like she was one of the family. And they even put a bracelet on her. She's got a bracelet. And one day when they were having breakfast, her arms levitated onto the table. And they weren't scared. They were more intrigued. Like, look at that. Annabelle's moved her arms. So they had a psychic they knew, and they had a seance about Annabelle. And the psychic said that that was the spirit of a young girl who was killed by an automobile outside in a car accident. And they said the spirit of this young girl is in Annabelle. Well, that's not true. God would not ever allow the spirit of a young girl to be in a doll, in an inanimate object. That was demonic that was within that. There's a long, long story behind it. I won't go into it, but the one thing that I will tell you is it had a group of people here for a museum tour, and one of the kids came on a motorcycle with his girlfriend, and he was mocking it. Ed was talking about the doll just like I am. The kid ran up, started tapping on the glass and saying, oh, this is a bunch of bunk. If you could put slashes on anybody, put them on me, because this doll's responsible for putting slashes on people. And Ed put the guy out of the building. He says, son, you got to leave. He gets on a motorcycle with his girlfriend. They're laughing about the doll. He goes away. 3 hours later, that young man was dead, killed. They said the girl lived. She said the last thing she remembered was talking about the Annabelle doll. They were laughing about it. And he lost control of the motorcycle, went right into a tree, and was killed instantly. So this doll is responsible for the death of people. Come on in this way, guys.
Bruce, I think you're going to need these, Bruce. I think you're going to need these.
Well, we'll grab them for him. Yeah, we'll grab them for him. Tom, come on over here. This is an idol. Satanic idol right here. This is something that was found in the woods of Sandy Hook. Actually, it's only about 5-6 miles from here. A deer hunter, a young man, a bow hunter, was hunting deer in the woods, and he stumbled upon this thing in the woods. He said he immediately became frightened. He didn't know why. He looked at it. It was so spooky to him. he got this feeling of dread and this feeling of horror. And he said he was like sitting next to it, like just almost lost all his strength. He said, I got to get out of here. I can't concentrate. He starts to walk away from this idol. And as he's walking down this footpath, he said, there's nobody around. It's like it's in the woods. And he says he's walking down his footpath, and all of a sudden there's a guy all dressed in black, white hair, white beard, walking in step right next to this young bow hunter, just like this, not even looking at the young man. And he said to us, he said, I felt such a fright from this man. He goes, I asked the guy, how do I get out of here? And the guy just didn't answer, just pointed that way and kept walking. He said, but he was so frightened by this guy that he had his arrows in his, what do you call the pouch? The quiver. He pulls it out. He said, I pulled it out. He said, I wanted to do it.